You think Cam Hall of Fame?
I don't know about that.
Okay.
I don't know. I think Earl and Richard are more. I mean, safeties are just
Safeties are a tough one.
An odd Hall of Fame bird.
Who are the best safeties of our generation? It's a question you probably don't usually ponder, but for the sake of this video, just go ahead and consider it. You most likely thought of Ed Reed, Troy Polamalu, Earl Thomas, maybe even Eric Weddle. The fact is, most of you didn't think of Kam Chancellor. Chancellor's name has been lost to time and has always been shrouded by the shadows of Earl Thomas and Richard Sherman. However, the 4-time Pro Bowler and 2-time All-Pro is just that, a great player. Sure, he never put up the interception numbers of Earl or had the arrogance and personality of Sherman, but he was nonetheless one of the greatest NFL defenders of the 2010s. Here's the story of Kam Chancellor. Born in Norfolk, Virginia, into a poor family, Kam was raised by his single mother and his 5 siblings. Because his mother was constantly working to support the family, Chancellor was tasked with keeping him and his siblings away from violence. He would later attend Matthew Fontaine Mary High School, where a young Chancellor would blossom as both a basketball and football player. His athleticism would be on display every minute of a football game, playing as both the quarterback and safety for his high school. As a senior in 2005, he earned all Eastern District nods and was named the team's MVP, playing as a quarterback. Yes, this future NFL All-Pro safety found his first success as a quarterback. Chancellor was listed as the 27th ranked pro-style quarterback and the 20th best player in Virginia. He was a 2-star recruit and decided to stay close to home, accepting a scholarship offer from Virginia Tech. While Kam would begin to work out as a quarterback, he would be moved to play corner prior to the start of the season. As a true freshman, he played in 13 games and recorded 9 tackles, 1 interception, and 2 tackles for loss. He would be named the starting safety in 2007 and also played on special teams. He started in all 14 games and recorded 79 tackles, 7 deflections, and an interception. 2008 would come with similar success, and before 2009, he was already being heralded as the greatest safety in Virginia Tech history. Chancellor mimicked his playstyle after Sean Taylor, which he spoke about in an interview. He was a big safety, the prototype guy for the position. I'm a big safety too, and I've just always wanted to be just like him. I don't necessarily say I can be Sean Taylor before it's over, but I think I can be just as good. Ultimately, Kam would fall to the 5th and would then be selected by the Seattle Seahawks. Him and fellow 2010 draftee Earl Thomas would be the first building blocks for the legendary Legion of Boom. Fans and players alike began to see glimpses of the future during a tough matchup against the then San Diego Chargers, where Chancellor got his first forced fumble of his young career. Even though he didn't start a single game during 2010, Kam Chancellor would have a sack, pass deflection, and a forced fumble. 2011 is where things really started to blossom for not only Chancellor, but also the Seahawks. He would have a career-high 13 pass deflections and 4 interceptions in just 15 games. He was named to the 2011 Pro Bowl as a result. 2012, 2013, and 2014 were similar years. More pass deflections, more interceptions, more tackles, and more awards. In the time period of 2 seasons, Kam had 7 interceptions and over 120 tackles. Chancellor would also intercepted Peyton Manning in the Super Bowl in 2013. In Super Bowl 49, despite losing a gut-wrenching 28-24 matchup against the Patriots, which we all know what happened there, Kam Chancellor would have an insane performance, racking up 10 tackles on the biggest stage. In 2015, Chancellor breached the NFL Top 100 as the 32nd best player in the league and began asking for a new contract from Seattle. Despite negotiations halting, Kam continued playing and earned his 4th Pro Bowl, which would unfortunately be his last. In maybe the most defining play of his life, Bam Bam forced a fumble from Adrian Peterson late in the wildcard game that would set up a comeback for the Seahawks, where they would advance onto the divisional. Unfortunately, 2017 would be the last we would see of Kam Chancellor. After signing a 3-year contract with the Seahawks, it was discovered that he had suffered a major neck injury. He hinted in a few tweets that he would be leaving the sport of football, and while his retirement is, in fact, not official, he is considered to have retired. The Seahawks would terminate his contract in 2019. Kam Chancellor was the ultimate hard-hitting safety, making big plays when it mattered the most. He would often throttle receivers just as they reached for the ball in order to cause a pass breakup. He was a tackling machine and is the modern-day prototype for all big safeties in the league.